So Clay, are you excited about this year's event?
I sure am. I'm fired up. I tell you what, I'll be starting a tour here in about 3 weeks, and starting off in Tennessee this year, and then this is kind of my little kickoff deal to come up here and spend time with you guys this weekend. And I've been looking forward to it. I had a great time up here last year. You guys caught a ton of fish, and I just hold this area kind of dear to my heart.
Canadian Sport Fishing, brought to you by Rapala, premium fishing gear crafted from experience. Yamaha Outboards, reliability starts here. Dickies, guaranteed workwear since 1922. Lucky Strike, all you need is a Lucky Strike.
I know that you fish a lot of tournaments, and if people want to know who Clay Dyer is, besides being on the show, just go on the internet and go to YouTube and type in Clay Dyer, and you'll see all his achievements and testimonies and interviews and some of the shows we've done and other segments that he's done in other TV shows. So a lot of people know him as being a very good professional fisherman. But I know that in addition to fishing competitively and for fun, you also get many opportunities to talk to people, from kids right up to older people. And for a minute, leaving fishing aside, because I mean, there's a lot of people that give fishing tips and stuff. What are some of the important things that you share with them that has to do about the most important values in life?
Probably more, to me, more important than anything is obviously when someone meets me for the first time and sees my physical appearance, they obviously wonder how I do the things I do. And to me, the main thing I try to tell people and want to reach people about is that no matter what situation or circumstance you're faced with in life, you can excel and succeed and be successful. You can that there's no adversity, no obstacle that can't be overcome if you keep the right attitude. Use a lot of perseverance, a lot of determination, willpower, and that's the main thing. Is just to stay away from the negative things in life. The drugs and different things, and if you do those things, to me, I feel like I'm living proof that you can be as successful as you want to be if you apply those things to your life. And that's the things I want people to know in life that may be struggling with something or maybe facing an obstacle or an adversity that they feel like they can't overcome. Is if they think they can't, I want to be able to look at me and say, hey, look, if that guy can do it, I can do it.
I think that's awesome. All right, Barb. I think it's a little largemouth, honey.
You think so?
Yeah. See if you can get her in.
Oh, well, it's going down. It's going down.
Well, there's no weeds here. We're out here on Lake St Clair, and we're fishing in Michigan because they have an earlier open season for bass than they do in Ontario. So the season in Ontario won't open for a couple of weeks. And we're with Clay Dyer, and we've got Mike Atkins with us. This morning we were fishing on the Detroit River, the Canadian side, and getting lots of walleye. You can actually swing them, lift them right up if you can, Barb. We'll test how strong these rods are. And we got a whole bunch of walleyes using worm harnesses. So we thought, it's such a nice day, and Clay loves to bass fish because he fishes tournaments all over the place, and he's fished here before. He was just telling us where he launches his boat when he pre-fishes up here and fishes. So we're out here and we're cranking and we're drifting with tubes to try to get largemouth and smallmouth. And you can see we got a couple boats around us, one boat over there. So here in Lake St Clair, it's like a big bowl, actually a pretty shallow bowl. So you can go out from shore a mile and it might only be 6-7 feet deep. So it's a matter of finding a little bit of vegetation. And I think that largemouth, Barb, was probably somewhere where there was a bunch of weeds down there.
Yes.
So good start, Barb.
Thank you.
Clay, look at, that's what they look like. Now we know. Okay?
Yeah, we do. That was a pretty one too.
Yeah. You know, no matter what species of fish you're going for, the line that you use is very important. And through our website and Ask Italo, a lot of people have questions for me. You know, number one, can you use a braided line on a fishing rod that has standard guides? And I say yes, no problem. Then the next question is, they say my rod is rated for 6 to 10 pound test. Can I use a braided line, and how heavy a braided line can I use? And I tell them through our website that you can use the same diameter specs that they have on the rods, which are designed for monofilament line, for braided line. So if this rod is rated 6 to 10 pound test, you can use 6 pound diameter monofilament braided line, which is about 20 pound test in a braid. So no problem. Now you can see on both these lines that they're 20 pound test as far as the braid goes, but the diameter is 6 pound test monofilament. So you can see from the strands that are here, this is very fine line. It's almost like human hair, yet it's very strong. Why is that low diameter important? Because when you're casting crankbaits or you're fishing plastics on the bottom, the line goes through the water much quicker. There's less line resistance. Also, these lines don't stretch, which is very good for feeling whether you're bouncing along weeds or you're bouncing on a sand or silt bottom or hitting rocks or a fish picks your lure up. It's much easier to tell with these lines. Because they're no stretch, most anglers use a clear fluorocarbon leader. So what I'm holding up here is the Rapala fluorocarbon leader. This particular one is in 10 pound test. So the last 1 or 2 feet of the line, you put the fluorocarbon leader. You wouldn't want to use the fluorocarbon line, 100% fluorocarbon, as the main line because it's too coily, larger diameter than the braided lines. So these lines are ideal, especially if you're fishing for bass with crankbait soft plastics and you want a really good hook set and a lot of sensitivity.
Dickies Sport Fishing Sweepstakes.
I was fishing in Lake Ontario trolling with my friends Wayne, Steve, and my dad. It was late in the morning when I hooked into the fish, and I caught it on a spin doctor with a atomic fly. He took out most of the line on the rod and then became tangled with another line. From that point I had to reel the fish in, pull it in by hand, and it took almost half an hour after that. Finally he surfaced near the boat. He had a couple more short bursts of energy before we got him in the net. He is my overall personal biggest fish at almost 36 pounds.
We'd love to hear your fishing story. Go to our website and enter the Dickies Sport Fishing Sweepstakes. It's free, and you could win some great prizes.